What's up, world? Let me tell you about this beard growth oil I got from 12 tribes on Earth. 8 ounces of oily goodness with a nozzle that prevents sprays and spills, and soft ingredients that make a perfect addition to anyone's morning routine. From coconut to castor, all these oils are hand chosen. After using this herbal blend, the biggest thing I noticed is how soft, how strong my hair was, and how good I feel. Pick up your bottle today and make your beard the star of the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, look like the Senate reached an agreement to reopen the government. And so this agreement came about today. And this is also a historic day because it's officially the longest this government has been shut down in U.S. history. And it's no shock that Donald Trump was the president the first and second time this has happened. But let's see how they get on with business. I just don't have a good feeling about this. I'm just saying, especially with the health care, and people are already seeing premiums doubling and tripling coming in the mail. So let's get to the article. Senate advances deal to reopen government after Democrats strike major agreement. After the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, a wave of relief is finally spreading across the country. The Senate has voted to advance a bipartisan deal that would reopen the government and restore pay to federal workers, marking a critical turning point in a political standoff that has paralyzed Washington and left millions of Americans in financial distress, i.e., the breakthrough. The agreement, crafted largely by centrist Democrats and moderate Republicans, aims to fund essential federal programs through the remainder of the fiscal year. In a surprising show of cooperation, both sides agreed to temporarily suspend the policy disputes that fueled the shutdown, focusing instead on getting the government and the economy moving again. Senators behind the deal emphasized that workers' livelihoods should not be bargaining chips in political negotiations. The package includes back pay for furloughed employees, immediate resumption of SNAP food benefits, and new protections for federal contractors who were forced to work without pay. The cost of stalemate. For nearly 2 months, the shutdown's toll has been devastating. Federal agencies went dark, food assistance programs ran dry, and families across the country faced eviction or debt. Economists estimate that the shutdown cost the U.S. economy billions in lost productivity and consumer confidence. Communities hit hardest, especially those reliant on federal paychecks or benefits, are now breathing a cautious sigh of relief, but the scars remained. Grocery store shelves emptied, small businesses shuttered, and thousands of government workers drained their savings just to stay afloat. A fragile peace. While this new deal ends the immediate crisis, it's far from a permanent solution. Lawmakers warn that if deeper fiscal disagreements aren't resolved soon, another shutdown could loom within months. The political divide over spending priorities, entitlement programs, and federal debt still runs deep. Still, this moment shows that bipartisanship isn't completely dead. The fact that moderates on both sides could find common ground, even briefly, offers a glimmer of hope in an era defined by division. What comes next? The House is expected to vote within days, with final passage likely before the weekend. Federal workers could see pay restored by next week, and SNAP benefits should resume shortly after. For millions of Americans living paycheck to paycheck, this deal represents more than a policy fix. It's a lifeline. As the dust settles, one truth remains clear. America can't afford governance by crisis. The people have paid enough for Washington's dysfunction. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where everything stands tonight. The longest U.S. shutdown in U.S. history was 36 days long, and it will be nearing the end. But the damage that has been done to families and workers and the economy will take much longer to repair. This isn't just politics, it's people's lives that these politicians choose to play with. And in the meantime, they're not the ones standing in food lines. They're not the ones worried at night how they're going to take care of their families, how bills are going to get paid, how they're going to make it through the next few days. People have been worrying to no end on their survival since this shutdown happened. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am happy for the workers that will finally get paid. Hopefully, Donald Trump will pay the people that were furloughed all this time like he's supposed to do and not play around with no back pay. Why? Why no back pay? Are you sitting there in your position squandering all kinds of money? Is this why you don't want to pay things? And hopefully, y'all, I can't say things are going to get better because I just never seen it get better under Donald Trump. So far, he's been in office in under a year, and there have really been no notable improvements as far as the economy is concerned. The economy has gradually gotten worse, and headed into 2026, I just don't see it getting any better. In fact, this time of the year, usually holiday time, this is when things cost more money, especially for fuel, because it is a big travel season in the country. So, y'all, I just want to keep you informed. Until the next time, keep your head up, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's tough and sometimes it's painful, but we must go on. We must endure above anything else. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.